Tesla just held its Q4 2025 earnings call, and everything just changed. This wasn't just an earnings call, this was Tesla declaring what it's becoming. So, today, let's break down the seven biggest announcements and what they mean for Tesla investors. So, here's what we're covering today. First, the end of Model S and Model X, and why Fremont is becoming an Optimus factory. Second, the $2 billion XAI investment, and what Master Plan Part 4 looks like in action. Third, Tesla finally revealing FSD subscriber numbers 1.1 million and growing. Fourth, Robotaxi running fully unsupervised in Austin right now. Fifth, Optimus 3 coming in a few months and it's going to look just like a human. Sixth, Energy had its best quarter ever with record gross profit. And finally, what the Bears got wrong and what they got right. So let's get into it. Let's start with the biggest headline. Tesla is ending production of the Model S and Model X next quarter. Elon said, quote, "It's time to bring the Model S and Model X programs to an end with an honorable discharge." Now, let me put this in perspective. The Model S launched in 2012. It was the car that proved Tesla could build a real vehicle, a premium sedan that could compete with Mercedes and BMW, and then beat them. The Model X came in 2015 with those iconic Falcon wing doors. It defined the luxury electric SUV. Together, these two vehicles built Tesla's reputation as a serious automaker. So why end them now? Here's what matters. That production line in Fremont, it's not going away. It's being converted into a million unit Optimus robot production facility. Think about that. Tesla is literally replacing car production with robot production. This is the clearest signal yet that Tesla sees its future in humanoid robotics, not luxury vehicles. For investors, the short term impact is minor. Model X and X are a small fraction of Tesla's volume, but the strategic signal, that's massive. Instead of just $5 billion in revenue from these car sales, Optimus will generate 10 times to even 20 times the revenue, and the gross margin maybe even more like 50 times improvement. Tesla is no longer trying to be the best car company. It's trying to build the robots that will reshape the global economy. Next up, and this caught a lot of people off guard, Tesla is investing $2 billion into XAI. This is Series E preferred shares in Elon's artificial intelligence company. That's the one building Grok. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Is this a conflict of interest? Is Elon using Tesla's capital to fund his other ventures? Well, let's look at the strategic rationale. Master Plan Part 4 talks about combining physical AI with digital AI. So, physical AI is what Tesla does: FSD, Optimus, real world robotics. Digital AI is what XAI does: Grok, large language models, reasoning systems. So here's where it gets interesting. Tesla mentioned that Grok will be integrated into robotaxi fleet management. Think about what that means. You have millions of autonomous vehicles on the road. They need to make complex decisions, communicate with passengers. They have to handle edge cases. That's not just a vision model problem, that's a reasoning problem. That's where something like Grok comes in. So is this a good use of $2 billion? Bulls will say this creates a flywheel, Tesla hardware running XAI software, getting smarter together. Bears will say Elon should keep the company separate and let Tesla shareholders decide if they want XAI exposure. Reasonable people can disagree, but the strategic logic is there. Now, here's something bulls have been waiting years to hear. Tesla disclosed for the first time ever how many full self driving subscribers they have: 1.1 million. Shockingly, Tesla said a whopping 70% of that was paid upfront. It could be anywhere from $5,000 to $8,000, or even some people paid $15,000 at one point. So currently, Tesla FSD subscription is $99 per month in the US. But Elon did say this price will go up once it becomes unsupervised and you can sleep in the car. In his performance award plan, Elon has a milestone of hitting 10 million FSC subscribers. So this explains why Tesla said they'll stop selling FSC outright as of February 14th. Now, not all of that flows to the bottom line, but this is high margin software revenue. And more importantly, it's recurring. This is Tesla transitioning from a one time purchase model to a subscription model. And here's the thing, this number, it's only going to grow. As FSD improves, as more people experience it, as Tesla expands to new markets, That 1.1 million becomes 2 million, then 5 million. And then at some point, it'll hit Elon's goal of 10 million. This is the software revenue story the bulls have been talking about for years. Now we finally have a number to anchor it. All right, let's talk about the robo taxi update because this is significant. Tesla confirmed that 100% unsupervised full self driving is already operational in Austin's robotaxi program. Okay, maybe just 3 cars right now, but it will grow over time. No safety driver, no human backup, no chase cars anymore. The car is driving itself, picking up passengers, completing trips. This is happening right now. And Elon gave us a timeline for expansion. Tesla's targeting a quarter to half of the United States by the end of this year. Now, there's a detail here that I think is completely underappreciated. Tesla said future cybercabs will have no steering wheel and no pedals, zero human fallback systems. That's a massive statement of confidence. You don't remove the steering wheel unless you're absolutely certain the AI can handle everything. They also mentioned they're developing various robotaxi form factors beyond just Cybercab, different shapes and sizes for different use cases, including the Robovan. We've seen the Robovan. We probably will be seeing smaller versions, like 4 seaters, for example, and maybe even a Cybertruck that is fully autonomous that they talked about. And here's the kicker. Tesla said Cybercab production will eventually exceed all other vehicle types combined. So even just the Cybercab by itself, more than 1.8 million vehicles per year, probably 5 million at some point per year, just the Cybercab. And then imagine if you're adding others. So if Tesla currently makes 1.8 million vehicles a year, Cybercab exceeds that. We're talking millions of robotaxis annually. So that's not a car company. That's a transportation infrastructure company. Okay, speaking of the future, Optimus. Elon announced that Optimus version 3 it's going to be unveiled in approximately 3 months. So we've seen Optimus walk, we've seen it fold laundry, we've seen it walk in Tesla factories. But version 3, that's the major evolution. It's supposed to look very much like a human, even hard to differentiate. I've been saying for a while now that I think that actually Optimus, they might show it having skin like rubber skin just to show you that it looks just like a human. They're going to try to shock and awe, try to show you a robot that you haven't seen before. And remember that Model S and X production line, it's becoming a 1 million unit Optimus production facility. Elon said he believes Optimus will, quote, significantly impact US GDP in the long term. Now, I know some of you are skeptical about robot timelines. Okay, fair enough. But here's what I'd say. 2 years ago, people said Tesla couldn't do unsupervised FSD. Today, it's running in Austin. 3 years ago, Optimus was his guy in a suit. Today, it's walking around Tesla's offices. The progress is real. And if Tesla can produce humanoid robots at scale, even hundreds of thousands, let alone millions, the economic implications are staggering. This is why I think Tesla and Elon, they took a little bit longer to roll out Optimus. They needed to work on the dexterity of the hands, make it as much as possible close to the hands. They needed to work on all the electromechanical parts, all the actuators needed to built from scratch. Because why? Once they decide, and they have, that Optimus version 3 is the final design, they're going to do that in mass scale. They're going to produce that in mass scale. So this is Tesla taking their time, but hopefully it'll be painfully slow, as Elon said, and then it will accelerate fast because that's what it was designed for. Okay, let's not forget the energy business because it just had its best quarter ever. Tesla Energy achieved record gross profit in Q4. Megapack and Powerwall demand remains strong. Backlogs are healthy, extending through 2026. For the full year 2025, Tesla deployed 46.7 gigawatt hours of energy storage products. And Elon called solar, quote, underrated as an opportunity. This is what I've been saying for a while now. I've been saying that, if you look at Master Plan Part 3, there's 3 pillars. The first pillar was energy generation. I always thought that Tesla would get into solar panels and now build a solar farm on here on Earth. Now they've confirmed they are building solar panels. People said that that's a commodity, they're cheap, but if you add tariffs from China, this is something that not only makes sense, but Tesla must make because this is critical for their AI data centers in space and it's critical for their energy business here on Earth. This is why this matters for investors. The energy business has better margins than automotive. It's less cyclical. And the demand curve for grid storage is only going to go up and to the right as the world adds more renewables. This is becoming one of Tesla's most reliable profit contributors. And it often gets overlooked because everyone's just so focused on the cars. All right, let's be balanced here. What did the bears get right? So Tesla reported its first annual revenue decline in company history. Yes, that is correct. That is absolutely true. Full year 2025 revenue was down 3% year over year. Automotive revenue specifically was down 11%. Cybertruck inventory challenges were acknowledged without a clear solution. The 50-cent EPS beat expectations of 44 cents. But that's not exactly crushing it. Now, management's explanation is that this is intentional. They're pivoting away from high volume vehicle sales towards higher margin autonomy, energy, and robotics. And frankly, looking at everything else announced today, that explanation holds up. But let's, not pretend the automotive business is firing on all cylinders. It's not. And if the robotaxi and Optimus timeline slip, Tesla needs the car business to perform. So yes, let's talk about it some more, right? Optimus, I think, is the biggest thing that was delayed. We've been all expecting that the Optimus would be much faster, but as I already explained, there's reasons why it's very slow this year. And he said it would only start production later this year. Cybertruck, okay, it's selling in small numbers, maybe 30,000, maybe less, but they talked about Cybertruck being converted possibly to an autonomous Cybertruck. And again, revenue was down. Why? Why was auto revenue down? Most of us here know the reason why. It's because they shut down all of the 4 factories as they retooled to be able to make the new version of Model Y. So, what does this all mean for Tesla investors? Let me give you the bull case and then we'll talk about the bear case. All right, from the bull case perspective, Tesla just told you exactly what it's becoming. It's an AI, robotics, and energy company that happens to make cars. The Model S and X discontinuation frees up resources for Optimus. The XAI investment creates ecosystem synergies. 1.1 million FSC subscribers proves the software model works. Unsupervised robotaxi is real and it's scaling. Energy is printing money with great margins. So if you believe autonomy and robots are the future, I think this call validated the thesis. I mean, yes, it's true. Tesla did not give a lot of guidance this time around. Typically, they will tell you either on the deck or during the call, this is how many cars we're going to be able to make this year, 50% growth. This is how many, FSD, how many robo taxis we're going to produce. And here's our progress with Optimus. They didn't give us clear numbers this time around. That is true. But if you look at a good quarter, then you look forward and you see that all the big things are happening. 2026 is one of the biggest years, if not the biggest year for Tesla. There are just so many things that are being produced, factories being to be run, new products being built. This is actually the year. Okay, so the bear case. Bears are going to say revenue's declining, the core auto business is struggling. They're going to say the $2 billion to XAI, that raises governance questions. They're going to say Robotaxi and Optimus timelines have slipped before. Cybertruck demand is weak. Competition in China, it's intensifying. The transformation is real, but execution risk remains. So let's recap the key takeaways from today. 1. Model S and Model X are ending. Fremont becomes an Optimus factory. This is Tesla choosing robots over luxury cars. 2. The $2 billion XAI investment connects physical and digital AI. Master Plan Part 4 is happening. I actually just wish they did more than $2 billion, maybe $5 billion. But what happens if they did just do $5 billion? I think the criticism would be that that's too much. Tesla needs it. $44 billion is not enough. And they already said they need to reach out for loans for all the work that they're going to do. 3, 1.1 million FSC subscribers. First time that that's been disclosed. That's over $1 billion in potential recurring revenue. I mean, that's where we're going to head towards once we get to 2 million, 3 million. Imagine once we get to 10 million FSC subscribers. It's happening. 4, unsupervised Robotaxi is live in Austin. Target is a quarter to half of the US by year end. They listed out the 10 cities that Tesla is going to be going into. That's the first time that it appeared in the actual earnings deck. That means more than when you hear Elon say, we're going to be in these cities. This is Ashok. This is the lawyers saying that this is what the plan is by the first half of this year. So I believe that that is more likely to happen than not. Five, Optimus 3 unveil in 3 months. In fact, actually 2 months from now. Million unit production capacity is coming. Six, energy hit record profits. The underrated growth story continues. Seven, first revenue decline in company history. The auto business needs the future to arrive. All right, this was, in my opinion, one of the most significant earnings calls in Tesla's history, not because of the financial results, they were fine, but because Tesla just told the world what it's becoming. The question for investors is simple. Do you believe in that future? So thank you very much. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'll be covering more of these announcements throughout the week, the Optimus implications, the robo-taxi math, the XAI synergies. Let me know in the comments. What's the announcement that surprised you the most? I'll see you in the next one.